Okay. So thank you, everyone. I think that it's late in East Africa. It's almost 8 p.m., more than that, 8:11. And in West Africa, it's only 5 p.m. So I need some time to remind to Emmanuel, Anderson, and all this that when they call me at 9 their time, it's only 6 a.m. In West Africa. So sometimes they just forget that. So we need to sometimes, but that's Africa. It means that from one part from Africa to the other, we have a 3 hours difference. So from Senegal to Nairobi to Kenya, to have 3 hours difference, and that's the charm of Africa, and that's make us humble on the time. It means that whatever you do, the sun will rise and the sun will set. So there will have sunsets. And so we live in the time. Sometimes we say, I don't have time, but we don't have the time. We are in the time, but we don't have it. And the first question that I would like to share with you is, what matters most to you? It's because we are today in 11th of June, so it's almost 6 months the year have started. And when we ask what matters most to you, what could be the answer? You can put it in the chat. What could be the answer of that to you? Some ideas that we can share? So, Emmanuel, you can read some of the answers.
Yes, we have somebody saying her kids, another one saying
Good health, my kids,
yeah.
Family, financial freedom. Good, good, very good, very good. But the first thing that we need to have is to be alive. I think that sometimes we are looking for reason for living. But before having a reason for living is to be alive. Because today, and we know what it means in Africa, to be alive. Because every day we have people who dies because of what could be in other parts of the world, small things. So being alive is not obvious. That's why the first thing that we need to have is to stay alive. And you see that in Forever, we say, take care of yourself. When in the company policy, we say you have to do your one personal CC. It's just a reminder that we are the first interested, that we have to take care of ourselves first before we take care of the others. So it's not just something technical that we put to embarrass the people. What do I have to do my first CC, my personal CC every month? In that, it reminds us that you are the one. If you are not alive, nothing happened. So it's first, you need to take care of yourself. It means what it means in well-being, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. Your well-being is key. So before we go further in, yes, my family, yes, my kids, you need to be alive. Because if you're not alive, who will take care of your kids? Who will take care of your parents? Take care of, will run after the money. So this is important. So when we're doing the training of the products, Holly remind us no matter what you have or achieve, if you don't have your health, you won't be able to enjoy it. If you are not alive, nothing happened. So what does that mean to us? That means that we need to take care of ourselves. So what is our wellness routine? So well-being is key. Not only living, but well-being. Not just being, but well-being. And when we say well-being, it means that we go further than just being alive. We're talking about well-being. And well-being is what is our wellness routine. That's our experience of life. What do we do? Not what do we sell. What do we do to be alive and to be well every day? And this routine will give us the experience, the confidence in the product. We can share it with confidence. Because if we don't have any wellness, we are in the business of wellness. And if we don't have any wellness routine, what can we share? What testimony can we give? It's key to be a user of the products, to have this wellness routine. Routine means something that you do every day. So it's not just from time to time. It's a routine. It means that you don't have to think of it. You wake up in the morning, what do you do? So what's your favorite products? So each of us, we need to know that. So when we say that, it means that we need to increase our awareness of what we are doing. It means that tomorrow I will have to share my wellness routine. So I need to know, to be aware, what do I do? So I need to be conscious of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And even if it's a habit, we can explain without thinking twice. So, oh, you are a forever business owner? What do you do to look so good? What do you do? You feel like you feel great. What do you do? And you can say, okay, when I wake up in the morning, I will take my my gel, then I take my Probi, then I take my Arctic Sea, then I take my Physical Green. That's what do I do? So it's important for us to write down what is our wellness routine before anything else, because that will explain my 1cc. If I don't have a wellness routine, I will find it difficult to do my personal CCs. It can be half, it can be one, whatever. But what is my routine? Because this means that health is key for me if I have a routine. So I will have confidence. People will trust me because I do it for myself. So when I do it for myself, I can share for the others. So this is first thing. Second thing that we need to know after our wellness routine, we need to know that this is a stable business product usage. Our products are not like mattress. They are monthly. Every day we use them. Every month we use them. It means that we have a repeat use of the product. So when you have this routine, it's renewable. And renewable will help you so that you can have a stable business product, stable business product based. It's not just selling, that people will use it. So, and you see, these are the 8 kind of product that we can have. It's an example. So this routine, people will have it. So we don't create the needs. We are just having an offer of the best product to meet these needs. What do you take for shower? What do you take for shampoo, the conditioner, shave, moisturizing, brush teeth, deodorant, still hair? These are needs. You see that we haven't taken about products. We have the needs. So when we do the needs, what do you need to have a good shower, to feel well? What do you need? So this is key, and I hope that you hear me well. This is key. just want to make sure that you hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So this is key. It's key to know, to understand what are the needs of the average people. 8 products are used in the first 30 minutes. So we are talking about routine. We're talking about listening and observing what people do. So we are not creator of this. We know them. So what's important for them? Good health, we said, clean, not only to look good, but to feel good. To feel good first, and then to look good. So you see that we are compared with. So we are sharing our experience. It means that to share your experience, you need to have it. So it's not for how long have you been in the business, but about how many products have you tested and how many products you use every day. Because if you use 15 products every day, you have more experience after 1 month than someone who's using only 2 or 3 products for years. Because 15 products multiplied by 30, it means that you have 450 times to use the products. But someone who is doing 2 products a year, it will take 1 year to have this experience. In 1 month, you have 450 interaction with the products. The other, in 1 year, it will take 1 year to have 700. So you, in 2 months, you have 900 interaction with the products. That's experience. And having interaction with the product, it means that when you use them, you feel them, you think of them. What do you feel? What you hear? How do you feel after you use the products? What are the sensations you can share? When you use the soap, the Forever soap, the avocado, when you use the tooth gel, how do you feel? How do you feel after the use? So this experience is really, really, really your capital, your investment. You need to invest in it. It means that among the products that you have in the warehouse, how many of them you know? Doesn't mean that you read about them. That you know by your body. You know because you drunk them, you put it on your skin, you have the experience, so you can explain without reading anything. It's not just repeating a lesson, it's sharing experience. This make you, people will trust you on that. So this is key. A stable business product usage. The more you use the product, more you are able to share it. Of course, you need a budget for that. But the first thing is, why are you willing to do that? So when you decide to be alive, and not only to be alive, but you decide to invest in a well-being, it's a difference. It means that you are going to invest in your being to be well, not just surviving. So you have seen what's your wellness routine, and then on average, these 8 products, this 8 category of product that people will use. Then what people need to know, because sometimes we are confused, and I talk to the assistant supervisors and supervisors or people that are new in the business. How can I talk about the product? Because we see all this experienced FBO coming and talking about the product, and say, wow, I will never do that because I'm not a doctor, I'm not. But if you use a product, what the consumer need to know, what the customer wants, what will it do for me? And you see, if you go back to the routine, shower, shampoo, condition, shave, still hair, deodorant, brush teeth, that's the minimum. Vitality is mobility. What does the product will do for me? What will it do for me? How fast will it work? How much will it cost? So 3 questions you need to prepare when you present the product. What will it do for me? So what does the product do? Do people need to know all the ingredients of a product? Not sure. How fast will it work? Because you have the experience. You can say, okay, you need to use it as a food supplement, you need to use it for 3 months. for 1 month, 1 week before you get some results, because we are not medicine. Your experience will be important because, oh, I've been using for 1 month now and I feel well, my digestion has been improving, and my mobility, oh, when I go to sport, I drink one fab and I have my hip lotion, and the things that you share, say it's immediate. When I prepare myself to go for my gym, here is what I use. So this is key. What will it do for me? How fast will it work? How much will it cost? And when you have that, you see, what do we say about the products? We are not, most of us, we are not doctors, nutritionists, estheticians, hairstylists. So we need to keep it simple. And because you use a product, you share about your experience. When I talk about the restaurant, you are not the owner of the restaurant, but you've been there, you have eaten the food, and you say, oh, I've been in this restaurant, they have a good meal there, over there. Be a product of the products. So talk about the product does, not what it is. Learn 2 functions of each product. Where do I find it? Mention the product you use. Oh, I used to drink a mix of drinks. I have aloe, I have freedom, I have peach and peaches, I have berry nectar, and oh, my favorite is berry nectar. Why? Oh, because I feel energized when I take the berry nectar with algae. That's it. Or I have my lycium, and I don't miss the lycium. It's what I use every day, and I feel energized with it. Or I'm a user of maca or vitalize. That's I want to have all my dental function working well. Mention the product you use, because that's because if you are using it for yourself, oh, I trust you to ask questions to understand. So if you don't know, so sometimes where do we find it? Is it difficult? But if you are using the product, you will see. Look at the propolis cream. You have 2 things on it: deeply moisturized and nourishes the skin. Is what you need to know. And on all the products, you will find it. The 2 things that we are taking, that we say you need to know, they are written on the product. So when you want to learn, is it difficult to go? Of course, you can go further about the propolis, about the aloe, but you have these 2 functions. You look at the jelly, soothing clear gel. So these will tell you need to know 2 functions of each product. And you can look at every product. I think that most of them, they have these 2 functions. So if you use a product, just read what's mentioned on the label of the product, and you'll have these 2 functions. Mention the product you use. Your own consumption will be important for you. And ask questions. The person who never asks questions remain ignorant. If you are teachable, you ask questions on what you don't understand. And if you don't understand and you ask questions, it's no more a question after that, because you get the answer. So about the product, it's key that we take the time, the energy to know them by our mouth, our body, so that we can talk about things that we know, about sensation that we have, feeling, and what the product have done for us. Of course, each body is different, but we can say, this product has done this for me. When I use the propolis cream every day, I can tell you that I feel my skin is hydrated and smooth, and I feel it. And sometimes people are in the kitchen and using this kind of product, leave your hands smooth, and so that you can, when you greet people, they feel well, and you greet the people. So knowing the product, talking about the product, let's keep it simple. Except if we are doctors and we talk to other doctors, so it's a discussion among specialists. But 99% of FBO are not doctors. They are not nutritionists, estheticians, hairstylists. So this niche is for specialists. They know how to talk among doctors. A doctor talking to another doctor, they know what to use. Nutritionist talking to another nutritionist, they can have this specialist conversation. But for us, keep it simple. We have food supplement, we use them, we feel better when we use them. We have all the skincare products, we use them, we feel better. We have these personal care, we use them, we feel good, and we look good. So that's the way to approach the product. And where do we find the function of the product? Read the label. You find minimum one function, and then your experience will give you the second function. So where to find it? In the product. So when you have this experience, this knowledge of the product, then you have this first stream. And when you feel it, it's good for you, you will share it. And share it is a second point. So you see, the first step is to use the product and don't be afraid, because you have a strong company behind you. 46 years strong, 47 years. Largest growth aloe vera in the world, debt-free, privately held company. So don't be afraid, don't be shy. You have a strong company in your back. So you can put your personal reputation and personal credibility. Don't be afraid. You won't be damaged. Your reputation won't be damaged because you say, oh, I am forever business owner. You can put it. It doesn't matter, oh, I don't want to say that I am forever because. But we are. Let's be proud to be a forever business owner. Let's do it. So be sure. Of course, when we say steady supply of product, of course, you will say, oh, VP, sometime we don't have the product, we are struggling to have the product. But that's not about forever. It's about the country. And sometimes everywhere you have circumstances where those are not available. That's happened. We had the COVID, we have this supply, and sometimes we don't provide the product because they don't meet our standards. And if you have the opportunity to talk to Gary, he will tell you sometimes some batches are just not delivered because they don't meet our standard. So we don't compromise with quality. We prefer not sell than to have a poor quality to the FBOs. This has a cost, but we think that your reputation is priceless. So we need to send you the best product possible. So this is key. So when you have that, you are going to build this community of users of the product. That's the first community that you will have. So your base of consumers, these people that you feel that they need the product to feel well and to look well. Feel better, look well. So this is key. You have the experience of the product, and then you will share, you will sell the product, and you'll create this community of users of the product. It will be your customers. That's the first stream. And you see, we have been from the using the product, and you see, as a consumer, what's the attitude? And you see, when you look at, if you take your company policy, that you see that the first paragraph of the company policy is that Forever is a group of society of companies in the well-being and personal care products. So if you want just to remain a customer can say, okay, I just need to find a Forever business owner to deliver the nicest and the best product in food supplement and in personal care and skincare product. That's it. My only interaction with the people, I am a customer. But as a customer, I want to have to do some saving. If I can have some discounts on my purchase, why not? So I can be a preferred customer. I share some information with Forever, and then sharing this information will lead to 5% discounts. Is that enough? if you do 2cc on 2 consecutive months maximum, you earn the 30% discount. But I am a consumer. I'm a consumer with a 30% discount. So my mindset of consumer is I want to be informed on all the products. I'm not in the business yet, even though I have done 2cc's. I want to be served because I am a customer. And that's the first part of the company policy. Customer, preferred customer, and wholesale. Have the wholesale price, the 30% discount. So this community, you start to build. And you see we have these two parts. So the consumer are looking for saving, discounts. The partner, the entrepreneur, will look for margin. So if I'm a consumer, I'm talking about saving. So 0%, 5%, 30%. In our forever language, we say, you are an assistant supervisor. But when Titan will be implemented in other countries, they will have the option to say, I want to be a consumer or I want to be a business partner. So first part of this relationship with us is using the product and having the maximum discount. The maximum discount will be 30%. And this is good. They are using the product. So the interest is, how can I use? So from my head to my toe, what are the products that I can use? Among these 8 functions that are in the morning, what are the products, what the offer forever? I'm a user, consumer of the product. First community. And it's good. People can remember that and say, when you meet them, say, oh, you know, I buy the product for my own consumption. Great. We need them. We need them. And let's make sure that we do the follow-up of these consumers and they make them aware of the offer forever. That if they use the tooth gel, do they know that we have soap? Different soaps. If they need the food supplement, do they know that we have all the product for them to have a better health? If they want to for the skincare, do they know that what we have our offer? So we are oriented products for these consumers. But some of these consumers will want to develop a business, and so they're looking for additional income. This additional income, so they buy at minus 30%. They have use for their own consumption. Now they want to develop the enterprise. So the minus 30% purchase become the margin of 30%. So we are no more talking about savings, we are talking about margin. I buy at minus 30% and I sell it at minimum 30%. So I have a margin of 30% from the retail price and my purchasing price. This is the first step. And then I will try to have the best advantage as an entrepreneur. And by being a supervisor, assistant supervisor, and assistant manager and manager, being there, I will reduce the cost of purchasing the products because I started at minus 30%. If I am an assistant supervisor, to get my 5% extra, I need to be active. So my 30% become 35%. But that's the minimum that we can ask to an entrepreneur to do his 4cc's, among which he will have the 1cc person to take care of himself, to be the product of the products. So 35% conditioned by the being active. And then after that, you want to do more, 38%. 43%, 48%. So it's 30 plus 5 plus 8 plus 13 plus 18. That's you develop your business. So you have your community of users of the product and community of entrepreneurs. Those who not only use the product, but have an activity of retailing the product and sponsoring other, building their enterprise. Those entrepreneurs, community of entrepreneurs, community of users. And preferably, all the entrepreneurs have started as users of the product so that they can feel confident in using the product. So we have seen your own experience of the product. That is key. That gives you the confidence, the knowledge, because you cannot talk about things that you don't know. And the only thing the best way to know the product is to use them. Second, strong with your experience, you're going to sell the product because you know what the product does, how long it takes, and how much it costs. And this basis of your consumer become your first community. And that's your business first, to make sure that you have a regular customer and you give them the service. And they are in right to ask for the best service possible. So we need to be aware of that when you have consumers, you don't need to take care of them. You need to take care of them. Take care of what they have used the product, what the product does for them. After using the product, for how long? Are they satisfied? What are the rhythm? Can we supply them again? Can they refer us to someone else? We need to do the follow-up of the consumers. And we need to understand that these consumers are more waiting for us on having more information on the products. So they are not willing to receive messages to come to the training and blah, blah, blah. Not yet. For one day. Oh, interested, you have this product? Oh, fine. Let me know. Can I test? Can I have samples? So two communities that are the two streams of incoming forever. By the retail and by the network. You have built them. When we were in Paris, we have these announcements. One, all the assistant supervisor from assistant supervisor, FFA 360 is now free. You have the basic, right? This is important. It means that when you decide not only to be a consumer of the product, but to go in the business, you need a tool. And who else can have the best tool to connect you to the whole global network that you are building, if it's not forever. So forever has developed these new FFA 360. These new FFA 360 free will help you to manage your business. You view monthly and yearly cases credit. If you have placed an order recently, track your monthly earnings. That's the minimum. If you want more, you have the FFA 360 Pro that will give you advanced business reports, social media management tools, customizable landing pages, tables, professional tools, and for $10. For those who are in the business for a while, they used to pay $20. But for I want the maximum of people using the right tool. And using the right tool would mean having FFA 360. So I encourage you to go and use FFA 360. That's important. You need the tool, the right tool, if you want to run your business. And by using the right tool, you develop your business. So this is important. You need to have the right tools. You decide to do the business, take the right tools. You don't want to do the business, fine. Your FBO supplier will send you the product and will send you the information on the product. So this is key. So please, if you want to have it, this FFA 360 is a tool, because you decide not only to do savings on your purchase, but you want to start to make money. Start to make money, it means that you are on the side of the people looking for margin. So the first step when you do that is to become a supervisor. And before, when you want to do supervisor, you need 25 CC on 2 consecutive months. But forever wants you, as supervisor, get money in your pocket as fast as possible. So have reduced it from 2 months to 1 month and to 25 CC to 10 CCs. And we have seen the result. So now, what are the conditions? What has changed? If it moves, yes. So what has changed? You can come from May 1st, you can achieve supervisor and get the benefit of 38% discount. Remember, when you were assistant supervisor, before you get your 5%, you need to be active. When you become a supervisor, you get to 38% on purchase. So you don't have to wait for 1 month before you get your extra discount on the bonuses. You have it when you purchase. So you purchase with 38%. That's key. That's interesting. It means that when you retail, you can have this 38% margin on your retail from the beginning. Of course, after that, if you want to benefit from the your network, and you need to be active. But if just on your activity, your retail activity, you have 38% instead of 30. In 1 month, 10 CCs. Before, it was 25, that means 12.5 every month on 2 consecutive months. So, and we have seen the result. The number of FBOs, and I think Emmanuel will tell us later on how many supervisors we got in May who took advantage of the new rule. So what does it mean? When you become supervisor, it's the first step into leadership. Because what we expect from you is not just buying and retailing and do your 10 CCs. Is building a small team. Building a small team. Small team, it can be 2 people. If you are retail-oriented, and the retail-oriented have usually the successful retail-oriented set the minimum of 5 personal and retailing. So if you are 2 in your team doing these 5 with 10 CC, you become supervisor. Others have a network approach. That means that they are on 2 CCs and they will sponsor with the Statue Johnny Pack 2 people and train them to do the same. It means that they will sponsor directly the 2, and these 2 will sponsor 2 others. And you see that 4 people sponsored at 2 CCs, it becomes plus you 2, you got your 10 CCs. So this is 2 approach. There are other approaches. People will say, oh, I want to have a retail business. So if I retail strong, I can do 10 CC on my own. But you know that when you do that, you got to take it all the potential of the network marketing, which means that everyone does a little and we can grow and achieve big results. So we want to train on the leadership. It means that on a small team, you will learn what it means to transform the group in team. What does that mean? That a team has a goal, respecting each of the talent of the members in the team, but we have a common goal. Common goal. Not unique, but common goal. It's unlock your new income potential, because you start having from your network, because you are active, you have access to the profit that the Forever gives you, because you have a sponsor people who work. It's not a status. It's the reward of working FBO. Because you work, you get these rewards. So it's important. So what comes in when you become these supervisors? How access to better margin, 38% we've said, and bonus quicker. Because supervisor mean, for those, if you enter in the detail with your sponsor, you have these 3%, 5%, and 8% bonus. But because you need just to do 10 CCs in 1 month instead of 25 and 20, right? You have access quicker. So you start to build your community of users, as we say, and community of entrepreneurs. And we'll see that you will improve and boost your personal development. What does that mean? Personal development in how manage your team. So you become as a coach, because you will learn what does that mean to have a team. What are the phases, the life of a team? Because you're going to listen and to help people achieve their dreams. So you are not the one achieving their dreams. You help them to achieve the dreams. So that's not easy, but it's worth it to succeed when you have people who dream of something and achieve it. You say, wow, I've been part of the journey. So personal development is to do all this, you need to grow by yourself so that you can share the best part of yourself. It will help. So the marketing plan, you will have this basic talent, basic skills that you need. Use the product, share the product, sponsor, train, and then. So this is important to have this. So you train on small things, but when you train on small things, that you get the more skills, because you have a small team of 2-3 people. So the experience of these 2-3 will help you what it means to set goals, to manage the goals, to work on time, to manage a schedule, to run a meeting, to see what people have interest, to learn how to listen to people. All this is key. But you can at small scale, so that the error and mistake are not big impact. But you learn, and it's human-based. You learn. It's easier with a team of 2, 3, 4, 5 people to learn and to have together. And this will grow, because these 5 will sponsor, and then after that, you need that. You see that it's no more technical, because you need how to retail, how to sponsor, how to do the follow-up. But after that, you need to help people do and become who they want to be. So that's another skill of team management, so that you have people who do their own way for their goals, but with the same tools, the same company policies, same products, same challenges, but the reason why, their why is different. It's different. And you need to see if what they are doing leads them to achieve their why. It's most important. So we need to understand how we did our 10cc, so that we can share our experience with other assistant supervisors, and for them, for the reason that is pertinent for them, is relevant for them, they will say, okay, here is why I do it. So if you have your why, then we show you the how. Come to the training, share experience with the other FPAs. So you see, so that's for the managers, important to help the assistant supervisor become 10cc, because this is important for you to have a team of talented people and skilled people, not only the talent, but the skill. So for the sponsor, the managers or assistant managers, even others, supervisor who want to grow their business, it's important to have this dream team of people. So what are the tools that you need on that? You need to understand that we are in the time, but we don't have the time. So the first thing that we have is to understand the time frame of things. Today is, currently, it means that for supervisor, it's monthly. So I have to put in place the process and all the strategy, so that ambitious assistant supervisor can become a supervisor in 1 month. 10 CCs. How do we schedule, what activities are we going to do so that this 10 CC can be achieved at the end of the month? How many trainings you need to do? How many presentations? How many contacts every day? Have product launch? What do we have to do during the months? Because 10 CC for the months, it means that every day I have to do my 03. 3 jobs. So this is the first supervisor. Now, to become assistant manager, it can be in 2 months, 2 consecutive months, with 60 CC during this period of the 2 months. So 1 month time frame to become supervisor, 2 months to become assistant manager with 60 CCs, and 2 or 3, 4 months to become manager. 2 with 120 CCs, or 3, 4 for 150. So 4 months to become manager. 3 months to get your Supervisor to drive, to do 650, 100 to 150, or 75, 150, and 225, or level 3, 100, 200, 300. So 3 time frame: 1 month, 2 months, 4 months, 2 months, and 3, 4, and 3 months. These will help you to grow in the marketing plan and to achieve the level of manager. And you see that at that level, every step you change for. You become from assistant supervisor, you become supervisor, then assistant manager, then manager, and you get your product to drive. This, you have all the criteria to succeed. The second thing is, when you have the monthly for this achievement, what is your planning time? So you need to plan minimum of 16 months. Because when you become manager, you need to understand that if you want to embrace all the main challenge, you need to plan on 16 months. Because Global Rally, Chairman Bonus, Level Up will occur from January to December. EMR, the Eagle Manager Challenge, will start in May to end up in the following April or the following year. So if you want to have an overview, make sure that you don't miss anything in your strategy. You need to plan minimum on 16 months so that you can see where you are and what are the strategy to achieve these 4 incentives. But again, it's 4 incentives that we know, and it's not all by talking to people. But you need to have this clear and see when it starts, when it ends, so that you can plan. When we talk about the EMR, the Global Rally, the Chairman Bonus, Level Up, we know that all this is explained in the company policy. And why are we putting it this order? Because before we said that supervisor, assistant manager, manager, forever to drive. When you do that, you have all criteria to go. Because EMR, I mean, if you go to manager, you have done your 60 CC per month, then you stay there. Do your 60 CCs. You know how to recruit? Great. You need to have 100 CC new with people that you recruit and do this during the period less than 12 months. You need not only to recruit, but also to grow the people. And among those who have come to you, we want you to grow 2, 3 supervisors. That will show us that you deserve these extra rewards, because you grow the business. You have a positive impact on the business. You are not just in cruising mode, you are growing the business with the new CCs, with the new supervisors. And after that, you have the condition also, the Chairman Bonus. You did your forward to drive, then the following step, do your Chairman Bonus. What does that mean? You have been EMR. That means that you know how to grow your 60. If you are manager, these come with non-manager. The real activity of the FPO is when you are taking up the non-managers. The managers are supposed to be your counterparts, so they know what to do for the grow business. But you are working with your non-managers that's in your team who are assistant, who are preferred customers. They are the assistant supervisors, and assistant managers. These are the ones that you're taking care so that you can do your 700 cc's for the chairman bonus. That's the following challenge. We said EMR, and now we say chairman bonus. And if you do more than 1,000 cc, you're entitled to travel where the global rally will be. But otherwise, you get your check. After the chairman bonus, global rally. Why? Because if you want to have the full advantage of global rally, you need to do 1,500 cc's, 1.5K. And these represent 125 cc a month. So if you do that, and again, you're not just doing the 150, it's also with new cc's. In that you are bringing fresh blood in the business because naturally people will leave. So we need to renew and to show and pick up more people. That's what. So you have seen we have taken the time to do the things, and then the time the planning. How long does it? What are the period to get to supervisor? Every month. Every month. What are the period to do the chairman bonus from January to December? Level up mean that you have done better this year than the previous year for the global rally, Dominican Republic, and it starts from January to December. So that's key. Level up. If you do better, it's January, December, and then you go to the Dominican Republic. These are the challenge associated with a trip. But the trip is the icing on the cake. Because when you do your EMR, it means that you develop a business that can do every month will do 60 cc's. That's consistent. That's important. It's not just that you qualify for you build a forever business. For a business which lasts forever. And that's important. So you have this planning for that. And what are the challenges? When we go over this, the challenge that you have and that you need to understand in the company, we say how it works, Eagle Manager. Then we say forever to drive, because this condition to go to Eagle, among the condition to go to chairman bonus, you need to have your forever to drive plus your 600 cc managers. After the global rally, from 1.5K to today we can get to 65. That's the current top in the world, 65 KCCs, and then you have the gem bonus. Gem bonus means that for this FBO who have developed minimum 9 other people have become managers at them. That's why it becomes sapphire. So you will have some advantages in each. But if you see the path of the company policy, you see that we have this category of this community of users, the other community of small business, and the third community of large business. And the large business, it's where you go up to all the challenges, the Eagle, forward to drive, chairman bonus, global rally, level up, and gem bonus. So this is the key. So you see that the planning is key, the skill is key, and the everyday activity will help you grow. So again, when we started, we said, what matters most to you? I keep the question at the end of this training. Is it clear now? What are your reason for living? Thank you. Emmanuel, the floor is to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, JB, for that awesome training. I don't know if we have any questions. I can see one or two on the chat box. Do you have any questions to our leader, JB? Comments are also welcome, by the way. Comments are also welcome. I can see the first one saying thank you. Bentanyar County, maybe you can reach out to me or the person who shared the link. We can get back with those ones. I can see your questions. Okay, Rhoda says thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you. Right, another one says thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So leader, maybe maybe you can ask on their behalf. If that's okay. Now that you interact with so many different countries, what advice would you give for us or for somebody starting out? Now that you interact with different countries, of course, we see the massive growth down in the south and two countries in the east, in the west. Sorry, not east but west. Maybe words of encouragement for us on this other side of the world.
Yes.
You can unmute. Okay.
What we like to do is to share the experience of the growing countries. It starts by the use of the product, because these give you the confidence. And after that, after the use of the product, is the level of activities. It's a weekly based program. Every week in these successful countries, every week, I can say every day, they will have productive activities around three topics: products, business, tools. Training on the products, and after the training, product launch. What you learn, you apply. Because you can read all the books about swimming, but if you are not in a swimming pool, you never know how to swim. So you can read all the books about network marketing, but you don't go in the field, meet with the prospect, you never learn. So these countries, they have these daily activities. Like in South Africa, you'll have your a power hour, that every day from 12 to 12:30, they will have a manager serving the community, giving tips. So you are, let's say I am in Kenya, I am assistant supervisor, I am student, and how can I convince or I present the business to my fellow students? Someone will tell you that in my experience, here is what. So this is the key. How do I present the business? How do I present the product? In experience in Burkina Faso, go there and say, okay, you say that in forever you use, then you retail, then you sponsor. But when you have students coming and they have nothing, we show them how to retail. So they will start by, sometimes, of course, we say that when you are a preferred customer, you are not authorized to sell. But these people, they are not looking for the benefit. They are looking to accumulate enough to become assistant supervisor. So they will start by retailing tooth gel, and plus they do the minimum purchase. And from that, they will constitute the minimum to get to assistant supervisor quickly. so that they can get their 30% discount and start making profit. But the profit is not the beginning, it's investment. So the mindset is different because the purchasing power is different. So if you look at the numbers of sponsored people in Burkina Faso, you say that we have, let's say, around 1,500 people. But these 1,500 people are starting, most of them start with the minimum purchase. If you look at in Ivory Coast, you have 500 new people. But these people will be sponsored with the most of the time with the Statue Johnny Pack or with 1cc, because we have middle class using the product and who can afford to buy 1cc to start the business. And what they are looking for 30% discounts. So they are not in the business. They want to have the maximum benefit of purchasing at the highest discount possible. So the approach is different. When you are with this middle class with the purchasing power, or with a student or people with less, very small purchasing power who need the business. So these people will meet the customer. So you need to find this strategy to say, what do I say? In Burkina Faso, they say that not everyone is literate in French. So they do the business presentation, the launch presentation, and the testimonies in their own language. We go to Senegal, the same. Even the Success Day, we do it in Senegal. It was in Wolof because the assistants understand Wolof. So if you do it in French, you lose this spontaneity and all the vibe. So, but when you do in Wolof, people laugh, they understand, interact, and all this. We did it in Mali. Mali, they speak Jula, Bambara, that's the main national language. We did it, people interact. So if in Kenya, according to the region, you want to do it in Kikuyu or in other, why not? If people feel more comfortable, even if you want to do it in broken English, you don't need to come from Oxford or from Cambridge. If you say that, look, the people I'm interacting with are more at their ease in broken English, do it in broken English. Because that's the way they understand. We want to communicate. You want to communicate. So the audience can be that. So this is the thing. So these people, one, they work on the communication. What are the right language to make people understand what they say? Two, they have a high level of activities. It means that every day, so if I give you a kind of schedule for the week, they start the week with the network. The leaders will do his strategic planning on Monday with his key leaders. So they will have trainings on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday, they will have training, not launch, training for the FBOs on how to do a business presentation and how to launch the product and what about the product. So they will do it. On Thursday, they will do a training on the digital tools, how to connect your social media on the FFP 360. How do you broadcast on WhatsApp? Why do you use Telegram, and what do you use? How can be efficient on Instagram? So these are the key. Be efficient, because each tool has its specificity. When you're on Facebook, on YouTube, on Telegram, or on Instagram, you are not using the same tool. Or on TikTok, you are not using the same. So we need to understand what are the tips in each. So training on products, business, and tools. And then after execution, I mean that every weekend, the minimum that they will do, that each manager will have 2 business presentations and 2 product launch. Each manager, not one manager doing for the others. So you see that every week they will have training, execution, training, execution. That gives a result. So that's the minimum of the week, but they will do every day. So every day you will see that every day will have product launch, they will have business presentation, they will have digital tools. They can do that because they have a community of serving leader servants. It means that all the leaders, they share and they serve the community. Because, of course, when you do things every day, you cannot rely only on one person. If you do it every day and you have 30 leaders, it means that every month you do it once. And if you have 30 leaders and each of them does every month one product launch, one business presentation, and one training on the tools, it means that you have 3 times the months, but once in each of the activities. So that's why. So we are in game numbers. How many people we have in Kenya population? And just if you want to look at the potential, we say we are targeting 1% of people, not the richest, but 1% of people want to invest in the health. They are not the richest, but we are conscious, aware that health is wealth. Because sometimes people with less revenue, with less income, will invest in them, and others with higher income won't invest. So the 1%, the profile is 1% of the people want to invest in the health. So if you look at this 1%, you see total population multiplied by 1%, what is the potential? And out of this potential of 1%, take 10% of this 1%. So if you look at from the beginning, it's 0.1% of the total. And this 0.1%, we say that this 0.1% is able to buy, let's say, 1 cc a month for the health. So after that, you need to know which kind of product is worth it for them. Is it the gel plus Vitalize plus Maca plus what are the minimum sets that they need? But we are looking for 0.1% of the population buying 1 cc every month. So that gives you the perspective. And after that, you need to find what are the tools? How do I reach these people? Digital, physical, hybrid, what kind of presentation, where do I meet them? Either in the hotel. So how do I meet them? On one-on-one, what do I do? So you have these different channels to meet them. So when you have targeted these people, what are their profile? Are they professional? Are they users? Because sometimes you meet with the MD and you start with Kurosawa that, 99% of the people are from salary, they are not entrepreneurs, so blah, blah, blah. But you're insulting the guy. The guy says, sorry, I'm successful. I am an MD, of course. I'm not the owner of the company, but I'm doing well. What about you? So maybe at that level, at that time, what he needs to have product because he needs more energy, he needs more vitality. That's what he needs. So he can't afford to buy the product. And after that, all these people, they are in clubs, airlines club where they get points, discount, and all this. They use that. So you're, as a consumer, 0, 5, and 30% discount. That can be the starting points. And by doing this 0, 5, and 30%, he's going to do 2 cc's. And his consumption, monthly consumption, can be 1 or 2 cc's, more than a lot of assistant supervisors can do. But just consumption. And what you need to hear, what are the products, the quality of the product? What product do you have that can help me to be better in my job? And of course, they will refer and they will have, why do I neglect an additional income? Because I'm using to invest to prepare my retirement and all this. So they will be interested in the business. And they will need interest to understand what's your business model? What's the business model forever? What it means, network marketing. is that you are going everywhere talking about, or are you sharing your experience? But you do it, guy. You do it, guy. Is there any golf player who doesn't talk about the clubs? About all different clubs, you know, I have this. They will talk about that. Is there any tennis player won't talk about his different the tool that he used? Oh, you know, how this Smith is better than this. They will do it. That oh, go this place. They will do it. If any football player who doesn't talk about the dresses, we do it. But before, we need to be confident that we are talking to the right person. And if you are servant leaders, you serve them. Because the higher they are in Africa, you know how people are. The higher they are in the society, they are used to be served. Have you seen them going to supermarket? No. They have drivers, they have people bringing things to them. They are used to get served. So serve them. Bring them what they need, when they need. And then you will see. So see, 0.1% of the population is a potential. So we cannot say that. Give me again the number in the population of Kenya.
55 million.
55?
55, yes.
55. 55. So 55, we are talking about 55,000 people buying 1cc. Guys, that's the potential. That's the potential. We are talking about doing 1,500s. And in Kenya, you can say, I've been there. I can tell you, I've been there. I've seen all these big farms, looking at the dairies farm. I've seen all this. I've been in places in Kenya when you go in the tower and you see how much they spend on the ladies' day, on the Wednesday. I know how much they spend in the bars and in the restaurants. It is Wednesday, every Wednesday that the ladies. So we know how much they spend. So 55,000, that's it. You do the calculation. So guys, that's activities. You have all the tools. You have the skills. You know how to retail. Use the product. Be the product of the product. And don't be shy. We have good product. Whatever you have in your warehouse, you can retail them. Don't sell. In my place, we say we don't sell the fish in the river. We sell the fish that has been caught. So the fisherman, he don't sell what he has in the river. He don't say, oh, no. He sells what he has. You see what he has in the net, it's what he sells. So let's do it. And you deblock, I think, your mindset. 55,000 cc's. That's not. So don't say, oh, we are lacking this product. Sell what you have in your warehouse, and we'll see. Because there are customers for that. For any of the products that you have already in your warehouse, you have customer out of these 55,000 people. And let's go for it. Let's go. Let's do it every day. That's every day. So
right.
the thing that
Thank you so much.
Just to end up on that, kill the 4cc, go for 5cc. Go for 5cc retail.
Yeah.
It's not about 4cc. 4cc is minimum requirements. We don't celebrate 4cc's. You do extra to be celebrated. When you do 4cc, it's normal. Celebration starts at 5. So let's go for it. Do the extra mile, and you see that when you do 5, you have no more risk to miss your 4cc's. Because doing 4.9, you already done your 4cc's. But doing 3.9, so go minimum to 5. And you see, 2 times 5 is 10cc, you get to supervisor. That's it.
Guys, are you taking the challenge from JB? Let me see in the chat box. Are we going for 5 or are you going for 55,000?
That's
Okay.
11,000 times 5.
Yeah, true. All right.
So
5 of it.
guys, I
So
count
much,
on
so
you.
much.
We want you to be at Sun City. So guys, no more EMR without Kenya. No more. Africa
This is
has
the last
put
one.
2 countries in the top 10. So we want all the country be represented so that when we go there, we have this African vibe in any events.
Yes.
So let's do it. Let's do it. We have started. We have only 2 months. Start by the 3 months to get your criteria on the 3 supervisors. So let's first the challenge. New supervisors sponsored from May, and let's go for it. So do it. And after that, we go for the 100 and we go for the 720. So let's do it. Supervisor, EMR, the 2 engine for growth.
Okay. Challenge has been accepted. We are going for it. The team has accepted. Thank you so much for the words of wisdom. Thank you so much for the training. Thank you so much for the mindset that has been opened. We really appreciate you, JB. And for being our leader, as of course, in terms of leading us in the growth mindset in Africa. So we really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I hope it has been of value. Let's take up what has been taught. And we meet in Sun City come next year. Bye-bye for now. I will end the meeting. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you. Good night.